Hello. Today is Easter, April 20th, 2014. And this reminds me of another Easter. I believe the year was 1979. My first husband and I had separated, and we had been to court to establish child support and custody, etc. During this, after court and before Easter, sometime in there, the judge had told us to make a list of the holidays that we wanted because we were to have every other alternate, every other holiday. But I had Mother's Day, he had Father's Day. So he sent his list to me, which included every holiday that he could think of, every holiday, except Easter. And it just so happened that Easter was the next one coming up. So I specified what I wanted, and I included Easter on mine. So then, okay, I made sure everything was certified mail, registered, etc. So I'd have proof that he received it, signed for it. So I received back his signature saying yes, he agreed with everything I said, and I could have Easter. That was no problem. Okay. So here comes Easter, and here we were doing every other weekend thing. I had the kids. He was every other. Well, the kids come home one weekend and said, "Oh, Mom, we're going with Dad to his family on Easter. Goody, we're going to have a big Easter egg hunt at Bonnie's house or somebody's house." Well, I could not take that away from them because I knew that was was a big family, but still, here comes Easter. My kids are not with me when that was all I asked for. I mean, I never asked for anything much. Definitely custody because I was the parent that was with him every day. Okay. My kids are grown up now in their 30s, and bygones be bygones. Water under the bridge. Hey, get over it. I know. But still, Easter always reminds me of the Easter that I did not have my kids when that was the time that I chose and he agreed on. He even forgot about Easter in his holiday list. Oh my God. So, okay, moving right along. So much for Easter. Things happening in the news these days with the country in the shape it's in, tyrannical government, and we are slaves. We were slaves to the Federal Reserve. They have all of our money, any money we earn, they have it. It's theirs, not ours. And then they hand back a little bit back to us to live on what they believe we need or we are entitled to. So, okay, the Federal Reserve, the IRS and the Federal Reserve, you put those two together, hey, blow the suckers up, I don't care. They have no right to enslave us like that. But the presidents and their men and their politicians, they all get together and decide, to let these greedy corporations keep our, whatever we earn. Oh, hell. And that's been going on since what, Roosevelt? And all the wars that have been fought were fought with the blessing of the rich bankers that run this country and enslave us. It's not up to us, which is totally against the Constitution of the United States. Okay, you know that. And I'm ranting. I'm recording this for my show on uVlog, and I hope soon that my co-host will join me. With this particular show here is not, my co-host isn't here, obviously, but I hope to eventually have a show for the politics and the bashing of the feds and the IRS and the Federal Reserve. Oh, God. Anyway, so, okay, I'm going to move on here and tell you another side of the coin with the politics and current events. Another side of that coin is the Bible. I can remember my mom telling me, I would say, Mom, I'm bored. I want to read. I want a book. Read something. She'd say, read the Bible. So I don't know how many times over the years I picked up the Bible when I was little, when I was like, can barely read the sentence right. And start, in the beginning, God created the heaven and earth, whatever, you start at the beginning, every time. It took me years before I could actually understand the these and nows and henceforth and all that. Well, I don't think henceforth is in there, but the these and nows, hast, these, thou hast, stuff like that. It was difficult, but I did figure it out. Especially when you look and you see what they are applying this word to. You can figure out what it's, whatever the word is, you can figure it out what it means. Eventually over the years, I got a Bible that was written in English, modern English. And I did a lot of cross-reference to make sure I had the right meaning. But over the years, I probably read every single book and verse of the Bible. Not all at one time, but over the years, I got through it. So that I know, basically, I can't tell you everything that is in it. I don't have that good of a memory. But if somebody comes up with this is in the Bible, or they'll yada, 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 oh, that's Bible, I can tell if it's not. And a good one is the phrase, God helps those who help themselves. I do not believe it's there. It is not the tone of who God is. It is not the tone. Because you can be helpless and call out to Him and He will help you. You can try and fail and feel disgusted and down. You can feel like you are an idiot, or like, okay, let me put it this way. If I feel like I am an idiot and useless and I don't feel like trying anymore, God is always there and He will always help me. All I have to do is call out to Him. God help me. And one good example is, I'm in a wheelchair. You know that. Most of you know that for a fact. Okay. So I can remember when my daughter lived upstairs above a house, and there was like 17 steps I had to climb to go up there. Well, I would climb. I would do it for my daughter. I would do it for my granddaughter. And every step of the way, I'd leave my chair downstairs and I'd take one step at a time, holding on. Every step I would say, God help me, Jesus help me. Don't let me fall, don't let me fall. And I would do that on the way up. And I get to top, thank you, God. So I know He was there. He was always there. I'll just call out to Him, and He's there. So many people don't call His name, don't call to Him. They ignore Him, and then they turn around. They expect God to help them, and they say, "Oh, how could God let this happen?" Well, if you don't call to Him, if you don't ask for His help, if you don't acknowledge Him, and maybe He can't see you through that dark spirit that you got. Sin creates a black heart and a black soul. I mean, not physically. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that the love that God is love, God is truth. And I'm pretty sure that He's not really, if there is no love in you, I don't believe He can really see you. I think you are hiding yourself from Him. So, and it's not His fault. And the Bible says where there is one gathered in my name, I am there also. Okay. Or no. Is it? No, it says where there is two gathered in my name. Okay. So people ask, is God going to, now somebody asked me this yesterday, or no, it wasn't, they didn't ask me, wait, no. I was on Facebook and I saw a comment about this, about why does God pick one country over the other? And I commented back, and I had no intention to do so, but I commented on that comment saying God does not manage countries, but we have ordered, his prayer out of school. Our powers that be have ordered prayer out of schools. They've taken the prayer off of courthouse walls, and you cannot, some places you can't even pray in public. So, it's where there's two gathered in my name, I am there also. But, if they don't allow it, how can there be two gathered in the name? Thank God for the churches. Thank God for people who some of us still pray in our homes. And outside, I do. Nobody knows. But, I didn't care if they would. But I don't pray just for other people's benefit and just for them to see it. And we should not do that. Just for, don't pray out loud. No. You don't do that. The Bible says pray in a closet or something like that. But then on the other hand, it says you do not hide a light under a basket. So no, you don't hide your light. You're not ashamed of it. You're not ashamed of your love for God or your faith in Him. You're not ashamed of it. And when a situation arises, you tell it, But you also don't only wave a flag of Christianity when it benefits you. You don't do that. That is what they say about praying like the Republicans do. And when they talked about Republicans in the Bible, they were not talking about politics. I don't think so. But anyway, okay, enough of that. Okay. So that's my rant about that on Easter. Okay. Now, I also want to say the Bible. Yes. One more thing about the Bible. I'm not done yet. There's a verse in the Bible that says in the end times, this would be in Revelation, I believe, or maybe one of the others that talks. Anyway, old men will dream dreams, or no, young men will dream dreams, and old men will see visions. Now, when they say men, I take that as mankind, meaning women too. Okay, so I had dreams when I was young that were based on current events that happened at the time. The night before, one morning, before I was ever married, I was very young. I woke up one day, I slept late. Probably, what time? I don't know. No, I'm going to go back to the very first one. I was very young. I had a dream that I saw a black alarm clock go around, alarm clock with black. And the hands were set to 5:35 for 25 minutes till 8. Well, the first thing I did was I told my sister, we doubled up, we're a big family. Everybody doubled up. So, I told her, as soon as I woke up, I told her I was dreaming. And, I'm not sure that she would remember this to this day. But the first thing that happened when we went downstairs for breakfast, Mom said that my grandma had passed away. And I asked what time did that happen. She said, around 5:30. So she said around 5:30. So I believe that's what the dream was saying to me. 5:35. Mom said, around 5:30. So, it wasn't like something that I could do anything about. And maybe it was just a sample to show me that there was something there. It's not that I'm so special. I've always felt like I was different, and it's not always a good thing. But that happened. I'm thinking I might have been around 8 or 9, but it was just a sample. It was just a little word to me. So there's nothing I could do about it, nothing I could do with it. But it was just like I saw the time at the moment of her passing. I saw this. And it was so okay. The second dream I had of some merit here was I was okay. I've always been a late sleeper, and most of the time in my 20s, after the divorce, most of the time I worked second shift. So I slept till noon. And one day I get up at noon, and there's the noonday news on Channel 10. Oh, wait. Let me go back. Oh my God. The night before, okay, I have to go back to the night before. Okay, this happened. I had a dream that I was standing. It was night. I was standing outside. I could feel the gravel. It's like I had shoes on, standing in gravel. You know how it feels. You can feel the surface of the gravel or the road where we're standing. We're standing on gravel, and it was nighttime. I was outside, and I could see smoke everywhere. And right through the smoke, I could see a building. And this building looked like it was a long building, not extremely long, but it was a long building, and it was brick. I could see that. Well, I could feel the night air, the coolness on my back or the back of my neck. I just, I could smell smoke, and I could feel like a heaviness in the air, and that was it. So I get up at noon, and there's the news, the noonday news. A medical building in Columbus caught fire, and, blah, 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 the damage. I shocked. I turned around, I looked at the TV, and there was the building. The same building I had seen in my dream. So I heard the news anchor say, arson is not suspected, but I just knew it was arson. Because of the feeling I had in my dream, I saw the same building. I saw the same thing. The smoke. Almost exactly as it was on TV. standing there. So those were the dreams that I know came true when I was young. Recent years, I've had a couple, and it's only been in the last 2 or 3 years. And, the first weird one, well, I can't say the first. I know I've had a few, but one, the really strange ones, and I know for a fact that it wasn't me in my dream that was doing these things, because in my dream I was standing, and I use a wheelchair, so I was standing, so I knew it wasn't me. Later I assumed it wasn't me, but in the dream I was standing at a trash dump, or landfill. There were trash bags I have to plug in. Yes. Okay. So, in this dream I was standing. There were trash bags everywhere. I was picking them up, tossing them aside, and this is what I was doing when the dream started. And I have no clue as to what I was looking for, because at that time the dream awareness hadn't kicked in, or whatever you want to call it. So, through tossing trash bags, and I know that I was looking for something. So, picking up boxes, cardboard boxes, damp ones, dry ones, you name it. And I know I was looking for something. Well, all of a sudden I see a newborn baby, a freshly born baby, purple, dead. I brushed garbage debris off the baby. I remember picking up banana peelings, old rotten slimy, when you throw them away, I remember the feel of those on my hand, the sliminess of the banana peelings. And I'm tossing those away, and I'm brushing coffee grounds off the baby. And it's laying in a cardboard box with all this garbage on top of it. But it's purple, So, I don't know, I remember I see this, and that is the first awareness of mine, my awareness that I'm really doing something there. It's the first thing I recall really making me think in my dream. In my dream, I was thinking that I'm thinking, oh my God, you got to see if there's any more here to look. So, it's still in this process. So, I continue to go, everywhere around the dump, throwing boxes, sorting through, and then I find another newborn baby. No, wait. No, the second one looked to be a baby about 5 months old, more like about 3 or 4 months old. And the baby was alive, was breathing, smiled. And I remember brushing the coffee grounds off its little body. And I remember the feel of the skin was warm. And so, there must have been, somebody else there, because the next thing I remember doing, I don't think I picked up the baby, but it was alive and healthy and smiling. And then I continue on my search, and I found another newborn, and it was blue. Its lips were blue, but I touched it, and here I am, the same thing, brushing garbage away from, This one had blue lips, and its skin was pale, but its health still alive. And I remember touching the baby and being my baby, but the heartbeat. And I shouted to somebody, "Call 911! This one's alive!" So, and that is when I woke up. So that was before the explosion at Fukushima. That dream was before that. And I remember the picture that I saw on the news after the explosion, the picture that I saw of Japan, the debris. That reminded me of that dream. Whether or not that was the event that the dream was about or not, I don't know. Could have been another one. Since then, I've heard that in Israel they've unplugged baby. Not Israel, was it Israel or India? One of the other countries that Al Qaeda was unplugging the life support for babies, taking them out of the incubators, laying them on the floor. I mean, I'm hearing these things. The bottom line is, in my dream about the babies, the whole thing is that babies, human life means nothing anymore. Human life. It's been a commodity for too long. People making money off of babies. They've been a commodity for a long time. Now they're being thrown in the garbage. They're being deserted, born and killed, murdered. And those are God's babies. God's little spirits are there. God gives life. So another dream that I had, or vision, whatever you call it. I was in the park here, my local park in town where I go a lot. I was in my local park, and there was ash 2 feet deep all around me. Now, in this dream, I know I was myself. I was dreaming about myself and a possible event to happen. Because ashes, sort of like burn something, ash, around me in the park. The park was full, about 2 feet high or more, 2 feet or more. But everywhere in the park I looked, there was ash on the ground. There was not a single burnt tree or building. Nothing was burnt, so there was not a fire there. I could see the field, neighboring field next to the park, also full of ash. I could see the street in front of the park. Ash everywhere. As far as the eye could see, there was ash. Now, of course, I wanted to move around to explore, but I couldn't move. I could not move. The ash was so bad, it was like trying to move in snow. And I had and about halfway up the side of my wheelchair, was ashes. I was in my chair, so I know it was me. I'm stuck in snow. I couldn't go forward or backward. All I could do was stand there and try to assess what happened. And when I realized that it was everywhere and that there were no burned buildings and no burned trees, my thought then was, well, something came out of the sky. It fell out of the sky. So then I say, what could make that happen? I don't know anything about, the way that nuclear blast, what does that do? What does nuclear bombs do? And what causes a fire in the sky to burn something so completely that ashes rain down on everybody? What would do that? Well, that's what I'm wondering, and that's what I'm expecting to happen someday. I can tell people, I can warn people something's going to happen. But since I don't know science that well, I can't say exactly what. If I did tell them, if I did know for sure and I talked to them, they think I was crazy. But me in the nut house, straight jacket, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I won't be here. Possibly. Maybe I'll be gone. Who knows? I know I've survived some crazy things in my life that very close could have killed me. Being hit by a car on a very busy highway. Broke my leg. Skinned my hand right here. Skinned it up. Other than that, I didn't have a drop of blood in there. Even my broken leg, I didn't. I went straight up and I said, Jesus, help me. Crashed down on the road. Broke my hand, but just a scratch. Then this straight. Still. So, no more dreams. Those are the dreams that I remember. There have been a couple lately that I can't remember. And I would just see little clips, little things I don't understand. Like, for instance, like if you're just sitting, let's say sitting at your desk, looking at something, let's say an ink pen. You just happen to be looking at an ink pen. Maybe in your dream, maybe you touched the ink pen, maybe you don't. But little clips of insignificant moments I've seen in dreams that I couldn't possibly piece together. But, the short. Then I don't really remember what I know. Keep a pen and paper by my bed when you're done. My desk is pretty close to my bed. Okay, well, I don't know what's going to happen. I know that the Constitution was written for our protection and to direct the federal government of what they are allowed to do and what they are not allowed to do. Check Article 10 or, articles is what I saw. Article 10, the Bill of Rights. It says that if the United States is, and when they refer to the United States, they're talking about Washington, D.C. If the government is not given something in the Constitution, they don't have it, that power. They don't have any other power except what is listed in the Constitution. Now, the power or the right of anything else goes to the people or the state. And when it says the state, it means our elected officials here at state level. And that's what I asked. Okay, Steve Stivers is my district representative. Now, on Facebook, he has this thing, Ask Steve. You ask him a question on Facebook, and he will pick whichever question, and let's assume he has a few questions built up that people write in. Well, he picks the one that he wants to answer. He will answer one on his video every week. I think it's weekly. But anyway, so I asked him this on Facebook. I reminded him of all the stuff going on right now in the government. I mean, the chemtrails, what's going on in our sky, poison our water, poison our air, and take our rights away. My basic question to him was, do you think you could, do you think you could nullify at state level any unconstitutional law or any unconstitutional law or veto any bill? coming from the federal level. That is unconstitutional. I would like to ask him that. I want to ask all the senators, the governors, and all the district representatives, because they are like a link between, they are right there at the State House. They're a link between us and the feds. And he is like the district representative of my district. It's divided into districts, and I think mine is 15. No, I'm not sure. I think that's right. But he is the district representative that covers my area and some of the outlying areas here. Well, I think that's about all to say today. Happy Easter, everybody. And I hope I didn't rattle on for too long. All right, I'm going to stop my record if I can. Oh, what is that? What is that saying? Now, okay, it says it's still recording, so it's going to. All right. Thank you very much, people. Put it back. And I hope I have a better show coming. This isn't really a show, but I just hope I have something better for you next time. You guys have a happy Easter. I hope y'all had a happy Easter. It's nice and warm outside. Hope you got some sunshine. Thank you very much.